Congratulations, Shai, on your knot and the victory for the West Indies. Just start by giving us your assessment of the team's performance, given the circumstances around the victory.
I would say very clinical, especially coming off the loss that we had a couple of days ago. It's great to see the guys understood the assignment today, and we played the cricket that we wanted to play. It's important for us to know that we continue in this vein because we see what's at stake now. But yeah, very happy with the bounce back that we did today, and yeah, there's just a lot more cricket to play, and we're looking forward to it.
Personally, what does the knot mean for you, and to do it in front of your home crowd? It must be special.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Again, whatever the team requires, that's me. And unfortunately, Kingy had to leave us. Hopefully, he recovers quickly. But yeah, I had to go at the top this time around, and the aim was just to get off to a good start. We see the importance of finishing the game early as well. So yeah, I had a good time in the middle, good surface, and I enjoyed batting tonight.
Okay, what we saw there from you tonight, Shai, was very, very explosive, perhaps maybe a bit out of character. I mean, have you ever batted as well as that in a T20 game?
I would like to throw that question back at you. Why is it out of character in your eyes?
Well, I mean, okay, many people might see you as a textbook batsman, grafting, maybe batting at maybe a strike rate of, say, 105, 110, but this evening, I mean, you really up the ante.
I guess you need to watch a little more cricket then. But yeah, it's, again, just playing the situation. We understood that what's at stake. We know that in this situation here, where rate could play a part. So 105 strike rate wasn't going to be the play today. So again, just playing the situation. That's one thing that I pride myself on as a batsman, as a cricketer. And yeah, we just did the job today.
Okay. At the start, they're going out to chase. Were you aware of the different calculations in terms of what was required to go ahead of England, to go ahead of South Africa?
Not entirely. The main aim today, coming out in the meetings as well, was just to get the W, ensure we play our cricket, and the important thing is to focus on our skills, not necessarily get too far ahead of ourselves, because we understood the importance of winning the game first and foremost, because if we didn't win the game, then we know what's going to happen. So winning the game, and as long as we take our boxes, then I think the rest will take care of itself, and I guess that's what happened today.
Shai, just carrying on from this, even at the start of the chase, you hadn't calculated that you need to get these runs in a certain number of overs to go past South Africa on NRR?
Not entirely, as I said before. We didn't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, because sometimes that can play on the negative side. So yes, we understood the importance of getting the game finished quickly, but we didn't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We just played the power play. The aim was to play the power play as normal as we could. Put away the bar balls, put the guys under pressure, start the over, stuff like that. And then we assessed after the power play, and then decided that we wanted to finish by a certain stage. So that's what came out of the plans in the meetings.
Hi, Shai, congratulations to you and the team. You have had one or two hiccups, well, maybe more like one, in terms of the bowling group. Well, you may not have maximized your batting, or some may think that in the previous game, the bowling maybe wasn't as impactful as one would have wanted. I noticed that there's a lot of dependence on the pacers, although we've got three spinners, and it tends to be a pattern that the spinners tend not to bowl out, although they have often been the most economical of the bowlers, and tonight was an example of that, where Moti and Hossain didn't bowl out. Is this a particular policy where you aim not to bowl out the spinners, or is it just according to the flow of the game?
I think you know who's the best person to answer that question.
Yes, I know, but I just hope that you would have some insight from your team meetings.
Again, if you're watching over from the sidelines, you'd understand that it's horses for courses. It's not every day that each bowler would bowl out. We've got more than 5 bowlers in the team, so depending on what's required in a certain situation, then we would decide to lean towards a particular bowler. It just so happened that the spinners didn't bowl out today. I'm sure if the pitch was ragging a bit more, because I thought that the surf was pretty good to bat on. The ball was coming on nicely, so I'm sure that's the reason why Robman tend to lean towards the pacers in the back end especially. But if the pitch was gripping a bit more, if it was spinning a lot more, stopping, holding, then I'm sure you'd see 12 overs of spin. But again, yeah, just playing the situation, understanding what is required at a particular time, and whoever bowlers we have to do the job on that day, then I'm sure we're going to choose them.
Smith Patel from Crick Bus. So how special do you think the knock was? It feels like it was the stuff of dreams, a World Cup game in your backyard, and you scoring in this fashion. And also a word on the atmosphere out there, because it was kind of mesmerizing for someone like me who's been to the Caribbean for the first time. And it was like party from ball 1 to ball 200, until the end.
So that sounds like you enjoyed it today then. Perfect.
To the full extent.
Ah, lovely.
People ask me to go to Oysters now.
Yeah, it's an amazing crowd. It's nice to see everyone came out and supported us today. Something that we get in the Caribbean when we're doing well, we tend to see a lot more supporters out there. So that means we must be doing something right if we've got a sold-out crowd. But yeah, the crowd was rocking today. I thought that the support was amazing. Again, I'm from Barbados, so playing in front, this lovely crowd meant a lot more to me. And scoring some runs and winning the game for the team felt even more special. So I'm very happy to do that.
Yeah, Shai, you mentioned the crowd and the crowd's support. Obviously, the West Indies have done tremendous in the group stage. We didn't get the Super 8 stage after the start that we wanted. But what is your message here to the West Indian fans around the region? What do you want to tell them at this point in terms of the tournament?
Keep rallying. We know that's our motto. We always talk about rallying around the West Indies. That's exactly what we need to keep doing. The team rallying around each other. The fans need to do the same. We're out there fighting for each and every one of us. So you understand the importance and the magnitude of the tournament. We're playing a home World Cup, something that I'm sure a lot of cricketers over their careers may not get the opportunity to do. So we understand the importance of this in particular, and we know how much the fans really want us to win. So we're out there fighting, we're doing it for them, and it's great to see the support and hope that it continues for the rest of the tournament.
Shai, I can see why you were not pleased when you were asked about your strike rate, because your strike rate has been upwards for the last 2 years. I just wanted to ask you, what has changed in the last 2 years? Was it just the conditions earlier, or is it you have gone back and added things to your batting? Just can you explain these last 2 years?
To be honest, it's just a situation, man. It's whatever requires it. There's some games where the conditions may be challenging and you have to fight. You can't just go out there and try to smash every ball for 6 or 4. Someone has to stick in and play along it in 5 or 110. So again, people, I don't think people realize that.
Shai, Zaidi with Crick Exec. Today's victory was pretty resounding. It was pretty clinical. But I have a question for you about your opposition. Right, you've been playing internationally for almost a decade. I would imagine most of your career you never gave much thought to the U.S. as a national team. They never came on your radar that often, I would imagine. But you've seen the tournament they've had so far until today. What can you say about them as a team, despite the performance today?
Well, plain and simple, you can't get to the Super 8 stage without playing good cricket. They're supposed to be the best 8 teams in the tournament at this stage, so they showed why they deserve to be here. And I must say they played some really good cricket up to this stage. I played against a few of the guys. I played with some of the guys as well. Aaron Jones, who grew up here. But yeah, I must commend them for their journey so far. You can see why they're here in the Super 8, so I must commend them. Yeah.
You didn't play in the first 3 games, right? Came in for the last game of the group stage, did reasonably well, but then found yourself on the bench for the start of the Super 8. Called up and again tonight. I mean, against that background, how much of a challenge, is it to keep focus?
Just have to stay ready. In a tournament like this, there's a reason why we have 15 players, and all of them need to be ready whenever the time comes. And again, there are different conditions that we have to face. We've got St. Lucia, which is one of the better surfaces. Then we got Guyana, which tends to turn and play a little bit lower. So again, horses for courses. You got to ensure that you're ready to play each situation, and we have players to play in certain conditions as well. So again, everyone is ready to play. We have a full squad of players. It's not just 11 guys in the team. So yeah, I understand the reason why I'm not playing, but everyone in the 15 would love to be out there the 11, but we understand the reason for the 11 going out there on a particular day, but we're all ready to play.